It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. On second down, it's Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple of plays, these guys been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on third. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Here's Elliott. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 6-yard carry. It does put him just a few yards short of the goal line, but fourth down coming up.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 30 on second down, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Randy Gregory showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off Byron Jones. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
First down 10 at the 43-yard line.
Pick the edge. Go, go. Kill. 58.
They'll run on first down. Elliott, he's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in Arlington. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Cousins. Trying to lay one up deep. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So a little breathing room now. First and 10 at the 17.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up. Check.
They'll run with Pollard. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Here's Pollard again. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away. But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. Now Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here third and long.
Tight.
Third and long for Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Cousins on fourth down. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Mike Boone. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys are back within a single score. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. From the gun, here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone, and a 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in place, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Elliott. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Here's Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 51 yards. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch the slack. Watch the slack. We're good. We're good.
Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 3rd down, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Throwing, Cousins. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And some space. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. He's at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 84 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Delta. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Dallas, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.